Because I've got a lot of people talking about in the YouTube video, so
Yeah.
I have to talk properly.
So we're recording.
Hey, Lini, I love your hair.
Hey.
Oh, okay, the recording has begun. Okay, maybe I forgot to email to everybody, but all right, come on in and enjoy the show. Welcome to another Now and Then gathering. And we've got proposals for 1.5 hours next time, but that's the only one proposal. So, okay, we'll keep it a little bit shorter tonight.
Hi, Lenny.
So,
hey, Linda.
And then we have Hawaii. We have what do you call it? Aurora Borealis. So Larry can change the background, or Joe can change his background. He's got an easy one to change his background. It's all clean. So okay. So I'm gonna have to cut the beginning of the video. Again, welcome everybody to the Now and Then gathering. Okay, so do you all remember what the topic is tonight?
How spirituality can be a powerful tool for, how politics can be a spiritual tool.
Okay.
Spiritual,
good to see you, Kai.
Thank you.
I guess it is, what time is it over there?
Yeah, it's early. I slept late yesterday.
7 a.m. Did you get your coffee?
No, I have not. Never mind. I'm going for coffee later.
Coffee later. Okay, so we're talking about politics can be a powerful tool for spiritual growth. And did everybody here listen to the last gathering conversation?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, because the last conversation we talked about politics is a big part of life, yes?
Yep.
Yes.
Whether we like it or not, it's a part of life. So because politics is such a big part of life, guess what? Our soul also knows that, yes? Since our soul knows that, it will actually use this to help us grow as well. So it will be a part of our soul journey and our human journey, yes? So how do we normally grow spiritually? Okay? Most of the time when we grow spiritually, something has to happen to us, yes? And how do we help others to grow spiritually? Any idea?
Okay. I'll start first. First of all, to be a stand first, hold the space for whatever the person is going through in life, their journey, their human journey, and have an open space where that they feel that if they are connected with you, they will come to you, and then when they are going through their issues or whatever, I will prompt to guide them and to be a supportive energy space for them to be able to have insights for themselves.
Yeah, so perfect. So you have to go, but something has to trouble them, is it not?
Yes, they will face some problem first.
Yeah, something, just like us. How do we grow spiritually? Something has to trigger us. Okay? And guess what? Does politics trigger people?
Oh,
yeah.
No. Especially now, does politics trigger people? A lot, yes? A lot of people has been triggered by politics left and right. I mean, it's like you have to just, which channel are you going to watch on whose debate it is, So it's like, this is a crazy time. So politics triggers so many people, including myself. Okay. But for me, I'm an observer now. I can be an observer from my own learning. instead of me being a part of the drama. Okay, so we can actually be a
Yeah.
part of the solution or part of the what problem. Yeah, you know, because I just want to prepare you guys because a lot of things is gonna happen in the in the coming days ahead. You know, because energy has been rev up and doing so much things, and with the politics happening, there's a lot of groups that are happening that our energy is just kind of crazy out there. So just keep an eye on yourself. Just go with your feelings and keep yourself safe. Okay. Okay. So how can politics be a part of spiritual growth? You know, and how can we be part of the solution? Okay, so first, we all know in the past that politics is everywhere. In church, in school, in the ashram, at work, politics is everywhere. And the first thing first is we've got to choose that we want to be at peace with the word politics or even politics to be able to use the politics as a tool, yes?
Yep.
Because if we get angry with politics, we don't want to have anything to do. We say, forget it, I don't want nothing to do with it, and I'm avoiding it everywhere I can. If somebody's talking it, I'm going to the other room. You know, I've done that before in the past. And they get all worked up and everything like that. And it says, you guys continue talking. I'm just going to go outside and relax. So here's what it is. It's like, why is politics such a trigger? Anybody?
It's control.
Politics is control.
Control over us.
Over you. Okay. What else?
We have vested interest in. Sorry.
You know, Kai first. So why does it trigger you?
Usually, last time I was very triggered is because I vested interest in the party that I'm aligned with, you see. And I view that my way is the best for my country.
Right.
And of course, opposition party talk about it. You know what they do? They will trigger me a lot because it's against my value, against my belief, what is good for my country, for my country, for myself, myself, family.
Yeah.
So it's very personal. I take it as personal, and then I don't see is that everyone has a spiritual journey. You know, this opposition has a place to play. So when I grow more and more, and I look at things from a spiritual perspective, from a spirit perspective, actually it's good for the country because it wakes us up to be a critical thinker. We choose what is best for ourselves. And when we think, and when the mass consciousness is higher and higher and higher, and enough people wants to change, they will choose a different party from the income.
Yeah, so the trigger point for you was the trigger point was you took something personal, remember?
Personally.
Yeah, because you vested in a party and it becomes personal. So when you make politics personal, there's a trigger point there. You know, so perfect. So just like Robert says, politics seems like people is being controlled by the politicians or by its control. So there is personal is personal. Every time when something get triggered, it's always personal. You know, it's like you're taking my space away, you're taking my rights away, you're taking my, your work away. So something personal get triggered there. You know, I said, what triggers you in politics? And this is not right and wrong. This is about understanding what triggers ourselves. Okay, we want, like I said, in order for us to be a part of the solution, we have to clear ourselves and always be calm and centered, yes? And still be passionate and still understand like a good sportsman. How can you be a good sportsman and play and win or lose, enjoying the journey? Okay, a lot of people cannot lose properly. They're called sore losers. And you've seen that. Sore losers, when they lose something, they get so angry. They do crazy things. And we know somebody in politics right now is a sore loser.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know, so we know if he lose, what will happen, yes? And because he's a sore loser, he attracts what kind of people?
Sore
Sore
loser.
And so when they lose, what do you think will happen?
Riots. Violence.
Violence, riots. Somebody's gonna be a sore loser, yes?
Yeah.
And they're gonna do legal or illegal things, thinking that it's their right, just like Robert is saying, their right is now being messed up. Okay, so the question lies in how can you play, how can I play, how can we play in this game where it is spiritually empowering to us and spiritually empowering to the people around us. Yeah. Because otherwise we're going to be triggered left and right. And if we're triggered left and right, we're actually part of the problem. Make sense? Love your kitty cat there, Linda.
Wow.
So if we're part of the problem, yeah, cute. You know, if you're part of problems, somebody has to now help you. We'll send them to Kai, okay? You know, and because otherwise we're not part of the solution, you know. So let's take a look at how can politics be a real part of our powerful spiritual journey. What ways could that be powerful, that could make a difference? What ways could politics be very powerful for our spiritual journey? So any ideas? I'm just playing here.
Well, we can learn a lot of patience.
Wait, oh,
A lot of patience. So you're going to test your patience. Patience for what? Patience to wait for things to come finish up. Patience for what?
Patience for things to get back to normal, less violence.
Mm-hmm.
We have to be trusting. It'll teach us to trust that everything is going to be okay, even when it doesn't seem like it.
So you trust the process. You don't want to. So there is a very good thing. And then patience to know that it's all going to work out or something like that. Yeah?
Yep.
Can you see how just that simple little process is actually already part of your spiritual journey? You know, a lot of people say, I don't want to deal with this. I'm going to go to Canada. Because this is crazy. It destroyed my life. I'm going to go to Canada now. Yeah? And there are people like that. And some people actually move out of the country, go to some, there was a police chief, she retired and she went to the islands. She says, too much craziness, dangerous, I'm gone. So, yeah, so.
I have a thing I want to say.
Sure, Linda.
So I think instead of focusing on the things that might trigger us or present fear, instead of getting in the fear mode, is to focus on the way we want the outcome to be and visualize that. So we want to focus on what we want, not what we don't want.
Okay, so you're saying if things are not working the way that you see it, you now choose to focus on a new outcome, yes? A good outcome, yes?
Yes.
Welcome, Joan. She made it here. Yay! Okay, so focusing on a new outcome is very powerful. Okay, you went to San Francisco, Linda.
Yeah.
So when politics happen, and if it's not the way you want, so now you can focus on what you want. So that's a part of the solution, is it not? You know, you focus on being able to know what you want and things like that. And so instead of the problem, wow, we've got Janio coming in. He can get in now. Yay! This is awesome. Welcome, Janio. Where's Kianda? I don't see her. Okay. So.
She's out of town.
Oh, yeah, she is out of town. She's in D.C.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I forgot about that. She has a performance over there. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah. Okay, so what I'm saying is, whether we like it or not, it's going to trigger us one way or another. And it's already a part of our life. And we have to use our spiritual practice or our logic or ourself to actually understand how to enjoy our life still, or how to stay centered and how to be at peace. You know, I said, how does politics trigger you? Because in any country, there is politics. Kai has politics in Malaysia. Janio has politics in, what is the town that you're in, Janio? What's that again?
Angola.
Angola. So he's got lots of politics there. Okay, and he's got all kinds of conditions there. You know, and if we let the politics trigger us, we will be affected by the system, yes? How many of us can get angry at a system when somebody sees that, you look on the news, a political figure misuse his power or her power and start to get or do things that is destroying the country? People get riled up really quickly. Okay? You know, Joe has a different perspective now. He's, you know, does politics trigger you as much as you used to?
Not at all.
No. You know, he can be centered and calm now. Okay? It's like he sees it, he knows what's happening, and he knows it's happening there. So if you can actually use it without even being a part of it, politics can actually help you grow very quickly. So, any idea? Without being a part of it, but how could politics help you grow already without even being a part of politics? Any idea?
Alex, can I
Yes,
just ask you, when you say that without being a part of the politics, means without being attached or
it's not being involved, not being a part of the party.
With the association of the.
Yeah, without even being a part of it yet. Mm-hmm.
Okay, the way I do it is more and more, since I learned from you and all this thing, is just seeing that it's part and parcel of life. Is whatever that is, it is, right? Mm-hmm. And make good use of whatever system there is. And most of all, just ensuring myself is centered all the time, regardless of the outside situation. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
You know, so you are able, with your own training, to be able to stay centered no matter who comes and go. Yeah. And even though you at first got triggered by the first thing, but you were able to center yourself, but you are able to still continue your life without it, without letting it affect you. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So that in itself is a personal growth, is it not?
Mm-hmm.
And that in itself is like getting ourselves to really understand that and how to stay centered and still continue our life without being affected by the political, debate and fight and everything like that. Okay,
Exactly.
so that's a good personal growth already. Okay, so thank you for demonstrating some of that. Anybody else, without being a part of politics yet, is, like I said, just understand politics is in all around us. Okay, how does it actually help us in our spiritual journey? You guys are already being affected left and right all over the place, by the way.
I know it helps me focus.
Mm-hmm.
Just that I'm trying to look for the words. Like in the household, I learned long ago. It's like, and then it became and it was a challenge to focus past my gripe, say, with politics, and now it's become almost like it's assisted me in it's become my normal to see past the actual strife right in front of me that's on that's happening in the world around politics, and to continue to see past it, and even now look for like connecting the dots with what's going on. And then I'm not sure, I don't have any examples, but something's saying, and then turn it around and face it back to me. How does that help me to be able to see past what's going on with others on TV or the news? I don't watch the news,
Lini,
but I
you're
catch
coming in a little
of
bit
it
breaking.
here and there, and
Uh-huh.
to see past it. And then it's what?
You're breaking up a little bit over there. So can you see how she's processing a lot of information over there? Okay. The politics is already making her look at herself, look at things back and forth, and look at how to see things and everything like that. And it's also a mirror for her to see things and how to reflect it back to others. So you got broken up a little bit. So if I were to ask you to summarize how does politics help you in your personal journey, what would you say?
Oh, to make it short and few words.
Mm-hmm.
It helps me to see myself more clearly by seeing other people's mistakes, and there's a lot going on out there. And if I stay outside of judgment of them and just see what's going on, I can stay out of judgment of myself and just see what's going on, and then hit the easy button and grow.
Pause for a second, Lini. Pause for a second. And all I'm saying is, even with not being a part of politics, it's all surrounding us. You are already seeing that. Okay? You're already evaluating your own self. You're like, should I judge? Shouldn't I judge? You see that? It's almost like, no, we shouldn't judge. We should see what is. Okay? It is already triggering a lot of people, because in a lot of organizations, in a lot of churches, in a lot of parties, they have to make a decision on how to help people to decide that. Which party to support, how to tell the people which party to do this and that. There's so much without even being a part of. In your everyday life, you will be triggered. The social injustice or whatever it is, and when one person make a decision to shut the country down, and it's a political decision, it will affect us, whether we like it or not, whether we're part of it or not.
Mhm.
And then we now have to grow from there. How it affects us, whether it take our job away, whether it change our job structure, our social get together, it completely will change that. No doubt about it. And it will trigger us to see if we are gonna stay calm or get angry or leave the country or go to the jungle. So you are already processing it without being a part of it. And then you have to decide also judgment, who should I vote, who shouldn't I vote? You're gonna go on to debates about it. You're gonna make judgment for yourself. You make choices for yourself. Can you see how it actually is making people look inside too?
Mhm. Yes.
Okay, that's why I say a lot of times people don't realize politics is, if you don't see it or not aware of it, it's still affecting you. The food cost has gone up. The lumber is missing. You can't even, right now, if you were to go buy an appliance, it's gonna be a couple of months before you get it. A simple window we got to replace takes us 6 weeks just to get something replaced. In January, with the political condition over there and with the pandemic, the economic system changed. And with the limitations that he's got, it's like you can't move money, you can't move things, you can't move anything. But if we let the political environment affect us, we are helpless. Even when we're helpless, we are now in a spiritual journey. We have to find out who we are. We have to discover who we are to be helpful. As I said, we can be a part of the problem or a part of the solution. One way or another, we have to grow. Because if we let it affect us, it will destroy us. So now that's part of your spiritual growth of how to discover yourself, how to discover your power. What do you believe in yourself? Make sense? We're not part of it. They make a decision, but it still affects us. Okay, so that I'm just giving you a short example. So that even without politics, it will affect us. So now the question lies in the next question is, how can we use politics, or how can politics, if we choose to be a part of it, be a very powerful spiritual tool for us? Any idea? Any one of you who are really into politics and in a party or anything like that? Well, Kai, we know she was supporting one party and she got triggered by that. Okay, so but I want to see anybody else have that experience, that you jump into politics, you really a part of politics, because if you want to be a political figure somewhere down the road, you want to hear this, because it is very powerful to understand the impact that we have on people. Okay, as politicians, we make a big difference. As a party, when you choose a party, the moment you choose a party, it makes a difference. The moment you choose to participate in politics, it makes a difference, not just for yourself, but for others as well. So my question to you is, how can you, is an interesting conversation that I asked is that, how can politics be can be a powerful tool for spiritual growth? And so, any idea? Just
I think Lini has brought up the point that's very good, that it's a reflection. Politics is just a tool, like life, other aspects of life. So it reflects back. If it's working for you, you are happy with the situation, and you know that you are good. You're on a spiritual path. Basically you're good. If you get angry with that, or you're not happy with that, right? And I need to reflect back to myself. It's something within me that I'm not happy about. So one way is to be journaling, what I'm not happy about, right? Write it down and reflect. I am statement. Let's say this party becomes in power. I am helpless. I think that the future is bleak because they will be corrupt. They will rob the poor, all these statements come up, then it's back to me. It's actually me that I'm having this meaning I attach to all these things, right? That makes me unhappy. So the journey to grow is what you have been teaching all this while, is basically release, then you understand it to make a choice whether you want to continue being the victim in the situation or you want to be a powerful person in the situation. If I want to be a powerful person, I need to release all the unhappiness and see what part of my life that I am actually not happy about.
Exactly. So it's affecting you, and you now have to go.
Then I transcend the unhappiness.
Say it again. You got. Can you say the last sentence, please?
When I choose that I want to be a powerful person, I look at what part of the aspect of me that I'm not happy about, and I choose to change that by doing the energy work and realizing that actually I'm a powerful creator of my life. This person comes into power, my life, I'm still able to create what I'm meant to do with all my talents and gifts at the spiritual level. So that is the spiritual growth to me.
Yeah, you see how the process she processed this, the way she go through the whole process. She took us through the whole system that she did. Yes, you know what she do. So that, even if we're sitting at home doing nothing, don't want to be a part of politics, it will affect us. Okay. One way or another, it will affect, even if we don't want to go anyway. But because she's a part of it, and then something happened inside politics where she did not get what she wanted, or the party that she wanted to win did not win, she had to now go back into herself and find a way to release the frustration, the disappointment, the anger, and to come up with a concept or an idea that she's going to be okay. It's not a doom and gloom situation anymore. She's going to come up with a way to grow for herself, to bring peace to that process so that she can actually now enjoy her life again. She has a process, which is really good. A lot of people don't have the process. That's why I was telling you, be prepared, because a lot of people, when they lose something, especially when they are a soul loser don't have a process. If they lose, they're not happy. They get angry and they get wild, they get mean, they get dangerous. Okay, you have a process, which is awesome. Not everybody has a process. And that's why I said, you guys have grown and you guys have let go and understood so much, so you guys are not as triggered by that. Whereas a lot of people are very triggered. If you go to the office parties or office coolers, which not many coolers right now because nobody's at the office. But if you hear the conversation out there, normal street conversation, normal people conversation, they get very triggered if you just bring up one name of a political person. Just one name. You talk about Biden, triggered. Trump, triggered. It's like one word. Why does one word trigger so many people? I mean, the funny thing is, I get texts from people all the way in Malaysia talking about, we need this person to be in this office. We cannot have that person to be in that office. They're not even part of this country, and yet they are saying they need Trump to be in the office. I said, why?
Because economics is not a country situation, it's a world situation.
Thank you. Economics from the other part of the world, they believe that he's best for the economy, even though he doesn't tell the truth. You know, actually his success was not created by him. It was actually created by the administration before him. He just happened to inherit that. And after 4 years is when this is his now. After this, people think it's him creating it. No, it takes years to design something before something is actually coming into play. You know, he's pulled apart all kinds of things right now. And the next thing is whoever come in has to clean after him. You know, and they say, oh, now look at me, I'm great. Hold on, John. Look at me, I'm great. It's like, what did you do? You just went into the office. So, John, what were you going to say?
Sorry, I had to unmute me. I was going to say, isn't politics just like, I don't know, the way things have been for the last 2 weeks for me, I'm starting to look at all of this as just learning how to flow with life. And it doesn't matter whether it's politics or a medical situation or a relationship situation. It's all about learning how to flow with life. And we all come in with varying coping mechanisms, varying backgrounds, skills, and some of us come into a family of flow, some of us come into a family of rigidity. So we have to experience what we have to experience so that we grow and we expand. Is that accurate?
You jump ahead of me, John.
I'm sorry, Alex, I do that all the time.
No, that's exactly the point. You know, I was saying, like I said, you jump ahead of me. It's like I'm focusing on. So the difference in our life is politics is part of our life. She's just saying, family is part of our life, is it not? How many people get triggered by family? I know I am. You know, how many triggered by friends? Okay, how many triggered by community? So everything, like she was saying, family, friends, babies, mother, father, all of that is part of life. We're going to be triggered. And if we're triggered everywhere, including politics, how can we flow? How can we enjoy our life? And she emphasized, how do you flow with all of this? How do you flow with family? How do you flow with friends? How do you flow with work? How do you flow with this? You know, it's like if you don't have a tool, you're going to be a trigger happy person. You're going up and down one day, and then I have to go to the bar, I have to go drink because I need to feel better, because it's like I have so much information. It's like I'm overloaded. This political things is too much for me. So they're going to have to find a way to release that. And if you have a healthy way, a good way, you don't have to go through that process. You don't have to go through frustration. You don't have to go through disappointment. You can go through a spiritual journey where you can understand the process, release the process, bring in a new process where that is healthy, and be powerful. Because most people are triggered by many things. And I'm just using politics right now because politics is triggering everybody. And I'm helping people to see that, you know, from my experience in the past, politics is a very awkward subject. I have to come to terms with politics. I have to come to terms with how to address politics, how to talk about politics, how to see politics, all of that. And the same thing is with my family. I have to see family. Family used to trigger me a lot. Then how do I go through that process of, because in the past, I don't even want to be a part of my family. They trigger me so much that I get so pissed off that I don't want to be a part of that. And so what did I learn? And I'll share with you guys some of those things. And the other things, what else triggers us? The boss, the people, you know, the work, you know, and like you say, it's everywhere we go. Even the restaurant sometimes, the waiter or the waitress will trigger us. So why are we a trigger happy person? You know, it's like up, down, up, down. Why can't we just, okay, this person want to piss us off, that person want to piss us off. Why can't we just say, okay. Yeah. Joe, for yourself, on a day-to-day basis, are you being triggered up and down now? No, could you enjoy yourself and enjoy your life and do your own things the way you want?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're staying steady now. You know, it's like he's in charge of his own life and his own emotions. Am I correct, Joe?
Feels good.
It feels good, right? But so one of the exercise I tell a lot of people when the people who has worked with me is, I ask them, I say, why do you let people control you? And they say, what do you mean? I said, very simple. If you react to something or somebody, you just gave them a button. This is the hard button, by the way. So if you react, if you react to somebody, you just give them this button. And let me give you an example. It's like, this person is somebody that you care for, you like, and you value, and is a very important person in the family. So the moment they say something about us that we don't like, you know, like my mom would say to me, why don't you go to church? And I go, oh, stop. So the moment she says something, it triggers me in the past. It means I have just given her control of my life. That button there. And then the next person, I give her another person control. And I said to myself, why am I letting everybody's pressing all my buttons? I said, no, I'm going to take my button back. Stop. I'm cutting all the strings. Ding, 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 ding. No, I'm getting my button back. You guys are not going to press my button anymore. Okay, because I'm not going to let them control my life, because I want a happy life. I want a peaceful life. I don't want to have a hard life. I want an easy life. So what we don't realize is that we let politics press our button. Our friends with politics press our buttons. The political people press our buttons. The leaders of our community press our buttons. Versus we are the master of our domain, our life. I will press my button, not somebody else press my button. So that's just a concept. And the question is, how do we stay centered and in peace? Yeah? Well, you guys go figure it out. We'll talk next time. This is a short session. You guys get triggered. You guys press all your buttons, and the next time you come back, you all tell me how many buttons you get pressed. How about that? You guys don't sound too happy about that conversation. So, who's talking? Lenny? Okay, go ahead, Lenny.
It was Lenny. I was going to say I used to let everybody step. I got my buttons were so pushed that I just avoided everybody, and that was no fun. So I took. Am I froze? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you are coming in. You need to talk a little bit slower.
So I started. I started getting curious about why other people felt the way they did. And I decided to just stay quiet and listen so I can find out why on earth they felt the way they felt by listening to them. And I feel like this political climate has helped me to do that, to become a better listener. Because
So you're a good listener and observer right now. So you're looking at why people are being triggered or why people are doing what they're doing. Yes?
Yes, because early on, after the last election, I was going into Walmart, and the guy that worked at the entrance just to check bags and receipts when people left, he like signaled me out and asked me about one of the trigger topics about immigration, and it was just weird. It's like, why did he ask me that? I think we were on opposing belief systems, and I like put this kind of shield down, and I just answered him from my
Wow.
heart.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't combat. I mean, he was combative, but curious.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like, his question was triggering or potentially triggering. I didn't allow it to trigger me. So he didn't know how to respond, except I felt him drink up my answer. He listened to it.
So thank you for
I could feel it.
Thank you for sharing that. You know, don't jump ahead. You jumping ahead. You're perfect example here. So, but but this is beautiful. It's actually you're helping me lead me to the next conversation. Like John leads us, because we all, just like you said just now, in life, when we choose a soul journey here, we choose a life here, we actually choose not just family, friends, not just body, not just our career. We actually choose where we go, and we also choose the part of politics or the part of the community that we are part of. You know, you could be a dance community, you could be a book club, you could be, you know, and you could be an artist community, and you could be a broker community, and you could be in the military. Everywhere we have chosen to be a part of something, of work, of animals. We have chosen that. So, and you and we all in this group here all have understood that everything happens for a reason. Remember, we talked about that. And everything happens for a good reason. And we want to add one more element here now. What if everybody that comes into your life has an agreement or a contract to be a part of your life?
Alex?
Yes?
It gets tricky when you literally apply that to everyone, because I'm that kind of person.
I understand. If you apply that to this is just a concept, okay? And how does that make sense to that concept? Okay, if we apply that, there's two differences. One is contract. Contract is very solid. Agreement is optional. Okay, so in the gift training, they studied the difference between the two, which one is really solid and which one is optional. Okay, and I gave the black belt story, black belt Joe story, but if it's a solid contract, it's almost like you cannot get away with it. It's like somebody you're just like husband and wife, they're part of this until the contract is over, and then the energy dissipates, and then we go. And if we apply the principle that John was talking about, let's apply that same principle everywhere. How does that work? All you have to do is actually look at your life. I have contracts with my family. I have contracts with all of you here to be a part of your journey. And I studied that process for myself to learn, is it valid? And true enough, it's like, it makes sense to me. My kids, even my animals, I have agreement to be with. And when the animal died, in my hand, I have an agreement to learn from that. It hurt me so much when one of my dogs died. It hurt me so there is a contract with animals too now. You know, like I said, for those people who study animals, the evolution of animal souls, their function on Earth has changed from the old time to today's environment. And that's a whole different conversation. I want to bring you all back to focus to this political conversation. So if politics, and you apply the same principle, I have a contract or an agreement. A contract is very strong. So you actually be drawn to doing it. If you have a contract to be a part, like Kai, I feel like I need to make a difference in that party. I feel I need to go say something. I need to be a part of this. I need to make a difference. It's almost like there's a need to do something. It's a drive. That's stronger. That's a contract. And then if you just have a floating thought, you know, it's a good idea to help Joe. It's a good idea to help Joe. And then he said, oh yeah, I should. So you plan. And then he said, I just don't feel like it. It's too much work. So that's optional. You can easily drop it. Okay? When it's a contract, you cannot drop it. It's almost like something will happen. Even if you don't want to do it, it's going to happen. Okay? Unless you completely cancel the contract. So that's another option there. So let's come back to politics. How many of you here feel like there is a strong draw to do something? Like, let's see if that is valid. That could be a contract. Okay? So, and if you keep it that simple, it's very clear that it's like, I know I have contracts with different people. Because why? Because I feel obligated to. Okay, to handle to take care of them, to help them. So you know, because if I don't have a contract, it's like, bye, I'm done. I'm going to see you Timbuktu. You know, you guys can go have fun. You know, so this healing circle thing is almost over. So we'll see how long I can. I'm drawn to keep doing this. You know, if the need is gone, then the energy is gone, and then the contract is done. You know, it could be created in a different form or different things, but we'll see. So the question lies in how many of you actually have a very, very strong draw to be in politics? Just put your hand up. You don't have to say anything. You know? No? None of you. So why are we talking about this? I don't know if Doreen's on the phone, but I don't know if she's part of it, or David is on the phone or on the system. You know, if you guys are not, why are we talking about this?
Alex?
Yes, Robert.
If I were young,
Uh-huh.
I would get into politics.
Uh-huh.
And what I would want to do is eliminate money and have term limits so that just a very small group of people are not in control of everyone's life.
Wow, that's a radical thinking, Robert. So let's say eliminate money first. What is your solution to eliminating money? It's a cool idea, but what is your solution for a form of exchange to eliminating money?
Well, right off the bat, no television ads. People have to get out and talk on the street corners. That doesn't cost anything.
Oh, so you're talking only in reference to politics? Is that right, Robert? Are you talking about no money only in reference to politics? Is that what you're saying?
No, just a minimum one. But if a politician wants to be elected, why should he be able to use money and be able to get money? Because a politician gets in, and I've seen this over the years, a politician gets in, say just a congressman, he runs every 2 years, he's in for 6 months and then he's starting running again and trying to get money so that he can run and remain in his position.
Okay, so you're talking about the political campaigning process you're talking about.
Right.
Is that correct?
Eliminate money and have term limits.
Got it. It's not about just eliminating money for everybody.
So that average.
You scared me for a moment. That's all. That's why I was just like trying to figure out how to address that.
No, that would be my vision, Alex.
Oh, your vision. Now you scared me. Okay. Are you guys trying to test me here? Want to press my buttons here? Okay, so that's a process. Yeah, actually, several people have suggested that theory of limiting funds. Everybody have a limited number of funds, to be able to use for campaign. So that's a process. So if you're young, you will be a part of that. Yes. So the direction that I was gonna go is actually has just changed because none of you guys feels like you have a contract to be a part of politics.
I know who I have to vote for.
Well, yeah, I understand that, but you didn't go stand in the street corner and say, everybody vote. You didn't scream over here and says, everybody have to vote for this. You didn't say that, okay? You didn't say, everybody have to vote for Biden. Everybody. You all have to do that. You didn't say that. I don't know who you're going to vote, but I'm just giving an example. But what I'm saying is, if you're jumping up and down all over the place, sending emails and sending Facebook messages and putting it on your Facebook, that's a contract.
Facebook, yeah, all the time.
Yeah, that's a contract. When you're really, really, really passionate, that means you are part of the game. Okay, so let me give you a simple example here, how politics is a powerful spiritual tool.
Alex,
it's Robert.
Take Facebook. Just this week, I used to go look on Facebook and I follow different people, and I found that some people are no longer on because they have an opinion different than from what the controlling factor is.
Oh yeah, Robert, if you don't support Biden, I'm going to unfriend you, Robert.
and I think that's wrong.
Yes, you see that. People are so vested in it. If you don't support Trump, I'm going to unfriend you. I'm not only going to unfriend you, I'm going to say nasty things to you. Then I'm going to unfriend you. So there's a lot of people that does that. How many of you have actually experienced it? Have you all been unfriended because of your political opinion?
I have unfriended people who went on rants that I didn't want to read or see.
Thank you. So if we are a trigger, how could we be a solution? And Nancy don't want to be a part of it because there's too much for her. You get that? So sometimes we just move away from that. So if you want to be a part of it, that means there's a contract. If you don't want to be a part of it, there's no contract. So I was about to say something when Robert was asking a question or sharing an opinion about Facebook. So one way or another, politics will impact us. It will impact our family. It will impact our country. It will impact our life. Okay? So to be powerful, my recommendation, this is just my experience, my recommendation is you definitely want to be passionate in a subject that you want to be part of, but you want to be able to come from a centered place where you can actually still operate and think powerfully and be an impact where it makes a difference. Like instead of just making instead of just screaming all the time, come up with, allow your brain to really find new ways to bring and introduce solutions that is not out there, or be a part of it, where you can actually know how to get connected, or how to create your own voice, where you have a voice, where you can make a difference for people, where you can touch a lot of people. So you've got to be something different. If you want to make a difference in that area, you've got to raise your own vibration, your own power, your own strength, your own vision, and so that you can now see that you are powerful in that area. Because otherwise it makes no difference. It's just all screaming. So screaming plus action equals power. You just scream. There's a lot of noise, but people are scared of you. A lot of people are scared of them when they're just screaming all the time. Versus, instead of screaming, you come up with a way to speak about what you want. You can say, hey guys, I need your help. There's social injustice over here. Can we talk about it and find a way to come together and make a difference and change the system here? Okay, versus saying, you don't get it, you don't get it, we need to change, we need to change. So when I raise my energy, it gets so strong, it scares people. Do I want to scare them, or do I want to enroll them? It's your choice. You can scare them away, so now you have your own place, okay? So it all depends on the methodology that you want, and there's no right and wrong. It's just a soul contract and a soul agreement and a soul journey. There are many powerful ways, like Einstein always says, if you open your mind to the universe, there are solutions that will come to you that does not exist in the current state, that you can introduce to the system that is powerful. So John, you were going to say something. Go ahead.
I was going to joke to Alex, if you just put your hard drive out there for a couple of months, Alex, some of us could study it, and then we get really good at knowing how to do this process by process by process by process.
But there's no secret. There's no secret. It's all right here.
No, yeah. Sell that to me when you want to sell your swamp land.
Well, here's the funny thing about it. People think there's a lot of secret, there's a lot of things. And when you can see or hear the simplicity of the message, the depth that you understand from is what makes a difference. Because you go to a teacher, somebody say, the law of attraction works. Okay, a simple person. I've been there before. I was like, okay, I want to use it. I tried one time, it didn't work. I'm not going to use it. Okay, whereas somebody who is from an understanding level says, the law of attraction works. Let me look at that. Let me really understand what he's saying here. It's a law of attraction works. 3 words. Okay? Well, 4 words. So that 4 words could transform somebody's life. And it actually has transformed many lives. When they understand that 4 words, it gives them complete power. Complete power. It's like I went to visit Alma and I see so many people, thousands of people come and go. But the message is so clear right in front of everybody. Okay, and yet they keep coming back, they keep coming back, they keep coming back. Okay, so thank you, John. The hard drive is revealed. Okay, so let me see how can I introduce this, since you guys are so nonchalant and so relaxed already. It's like politics. Oh well, you guys have created a life for yourself where you can do it. So, you guys are really giving me a challenge today. I thought I could just do this nice and easy. Let's see. Okay. Do you think if I give you a system where you are triggered by politics in one form or another, to show you a way to release that trigger or to understand that trigger and to come up with something powerful, would that be helpful?
Especially if you could use it with personal relations.
We're talking about politics, but it will work with relations, yes, because we want to come back on this subject here, but it will work on relations because all you have to do is to apply the principle that I'm going to give you, and it will apply to anything.
Yeah.
So nobody wants it? You guys are pro at it. You guys are so good already. So we might as well just pause and have fun and talk and drink a cup of coffee and we can finish. Yay! You guys are powerful. This is a nice short call. 1 hour. Yay!
Well, Alex, I think back to the title, you say that how you want to grow, in the politics scenario.
Well, you guys are already growing so well. You don't need me. Yes, I did say that. I said, politics, how politics can be a powerful tool for your spiritual growth. Yes. And you already told me that. You guys are at peace, you guys are clear, you guys are calm, you guys are centered, and Joe has no trigger. Joe's powerful, but nobody says, I have a problem. And you've created a system where you can, look at yourself and go on there. So you guys are good. And Joan's enjoying herself, enjoying her meal. Politics, she's not triggered. She's great. And Robert says, if I were young, but now he's okay. So all I'm saying is, you guys actually have come a long way. You guys have a very good conversation. But I wanted to give you guys a tool if you all want, because politics, let's take one simple thing, that you can actually use politics as your spiritual growth. So if you want to jumpstart your spiritual growth a little bit faster or bigger or stronger, pick a subject in politics that's uncomfortable for you. Okay, if you pick a subject that's uncomfortable for you, but in an area where you are interested in making a difference.
I gotta pee.
Say that again. Somebody say something. That playful lady.
How about fracking?
How about what?
Fracking.
I don't know what that word is.
Drilling for oil.
Drilling for oil.
Okay. So in the area, so you drilling for oil. So if that is an area, is that something that is bothering you, triggering you, and it's important to you, Kathy?
Because of the offshore drillings and stuff, and the nature, the ocean, and what's going to happen. Will there be more pollution? Things like that.
Okay, so it's bothering you, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, so yours is, what's the word again?
Fracking.
Fracking. It's called fracking. Most of conservationists know that word, but it's called fracking.
Okay, how do you spell it?
Fracking is a new technology to frack in Texas oil.
Obviously, I'm not in the oil industry.
Yeah, it has something to do.
Yeah.
They send sound or vibrations down in the earth, disturbs the ecosystem, and.
So a way to find oil?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
good.
what U.S. using now.
Okay, so Kathy has fracking oil, so that bothers her. Okay, so let's. And does anybody else have another area? And I'm going to show you guys how to use this political or social or system if there is an area that is uncomfortable for you or that you really want to make a difference that you don't know how to or you're triggered by. So something like that.
Alex?
Okay, John, what was that?
So the context, as I understand it, around fracking is two-sided. From a conservative perspective, it has to do with economics. It has to do with money. It has to do with our overall systems and how they're put together to support our country. From the liberal side of the fence, it's about the environment. It's about the things that we're doing that are affecting climate control, etc.
Okay.
So that's the issue with fracking.
All right. So she has her own specific issue, and you understand the issue better than I do. But I'm interested in the issue that you have and what you're going to do about it. And if you're frustrated about it, then, or if you're not doing anything, then it's not making a difference. Okay. But if you are interested in that area to make a difference, and then what can we do about it? That's what makes it fun. You will grow faster that way. Anybody else? Hi.
Okay, maybe I bring up one: corruption. Corrupted, in Malaysia, corruption is rampant. So how do I make a difference? I bring up this one.
Okay, so if the word corruption, does it bother you? Does it make you unhappy? Does it make you mad?
Not so much already. I mean, no.
No.
But I bring it up, just.
No, but you're used to it already.
Among two corrupted. Yeah. No, not that I'm used to it. I see myself as a school journey, as a transforming a lot. It's just that if you talk of corruption is big.
Yeah, corruption is really big in Malaysia. Right now, they're still trying to find the money to bring it back. The corruption or the money that's all over the world, and they can't even bring it back. And it's funny how you talk about the corruption of oil. The oil actually belongs to Sarawak, but the Malaysia is taking the rights to the oil that it belongs to Sarawak. Yeah, and the oil there was drilled right outside Sarawak in Brunei, in that area, Miri. But the money goes all the way to the capital instead of belonging to Sarawak. So that's a whole different ball game. All right, so corruption is yours. Anybody else have something else?
Alex?
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about the environment. In my years, I remember when there was a hole in the ozone layer, and it was pushed, and it was pushed, and it was pushed. And then we got we're going to go into a cold cycle, and that was pushed, and that was pushed, and that was pushed, and there was money involved all along, and now we're in the heat, and the oceans are going to flood all the seashores and everything else. So these things change about every 20 years.
Okay.
On the environment.
So
there is a different agenda.
Okay, hold on, Robert. I want to focus this back. If this is important to you and it bothers you, then this is the area that you want to pick. You get that? And if you want to make a difference, I said, just like Kai, corruption. It bothers you, but you want to make a difference in that area. Okay, you want to do something, you want to take action. Like I said, talking makes no difference. You can go and talk all the time. Who do you talk to? How do you make a difference? Okay. A lot of people have so many good ideas, but it goes nowhere. You get that? So if environment is what you're interested in, and you want to make a difference, whether in whatever form that you want, then we can use this subject. So the idea here, I'm asking you, I can give you this tool if you have an area to work on, if there's no area, it doesn't work. Okay? So that's all I'm saying. It will work in other areas that you are vested in. Okay, so is that an area you want to focus on, Robert?
Doesn't matter.
There's so
so many areas with a lot of different people.
No, for you, not for people. This is for you. Like for all of you here, is individual one.
Well, yeah, to me, it's sort of important because it has changed.
Okay, I understand. So you can choose. You can just pick that subject for now. Okay, environment. I have noise. Let me see. Where is it? Okay, got it. And who else wants to share something? Anybody else want to share an area that they're interested in making a difference?
I have one.
Okay, David, hello, good to see you.
Good to see you. I get frustrated about, I would say, the falsehood in religion.
The what? Say that again. What was the first word behind religion, ahead of religion?
Falsehood.
Falsehood of religion?
Yeah.
Okay. And so, okay. And so, are you interested in helping people understand that differently?
Yes, most definitely.
Okay, good. We have that conversation very well in our GIFT training program.
Okay, awesome.
But okay, so perfect. I want you to stay focused on that. Okay, so I'm just going to use the word religion for you.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so and I'm going to show you. Does it upset you if you think if people use religion, the falsehood of religion, and profess it to be so important to you? Does it upset you? Does it trigger you, Robert? David?
That part doesn't upset me. It's more about the lack of awareness about the governing of one's mind that kind of gets to me a little bit more.
Okay, the governing of one's mind. And in what context are you referencing? Because everybody is free to practice any religion.
Yes.
And if they choose, let's say, a Catholic, okay, they bought into the system of the Bible and the religion, so they choose that system, like my family, okay, they bought into that system. So what about that triggers you?
I would say it's a little bit of it's a little bit of the division that is kind of underneath it.
Division inside the Catholic people or outside?
Oh, no. Well, I think I'm speaking more from my own perspective because, like, my family members were born Christian.
Yeah.
But they have a bad way of looking at other religions based on how they understand Christianity. Got
it. So the people who are practicing religion or your family specifically, and their viewpoint of other religion is triggering you. Is that correct?
Yeah, most definitely. That's one of them.
Okay, good. So pick that subject, religion, family's viewpoint. Stay on that subject. Perfect, very good. Anybody else? Okay. I'm going to go through this exercise, whether you like politics or not, whether you're part of politics or not, whether you're doing or not. But pick a subject that bothers you, that triggers you. And I'm just going to walk you through a quick little process where you can actually use it in any other area. So if you have an area that you don't have politics, pick an area that bothers you that you want to make a difference. You guys are giving me a challenge here. So David has religion, so he wants to transform the people to understand that, okay? And Kathy has fracking, okay? What do you want to pick, Kai? So you pick corruption, okay? All right. Okay, so go ahead and think of something, okay? Lies, deceit, selfish, injustice, whatever, religion or limitations, whatever. So pick an area in your mind, pick a subject in your mind for yourself. For those of you who are not into politics, you all could be saying something that's like selfishness or arrogance or whatever. Okay. So does everybody have a topic that they want to transform tonight? Everybody has put their thumbs up. Okay, good. So everybody's got thumbs up. Okay, so we're good. So we're good to go. So I want to walk you through. So just get yourself comfortable here. So just keep, get your mind relaxed to listen. And so with your permission, I'm going to do something for you guys. Since you guys want to transform this area, with your permission, I'm going to allow the energy. I'm holding the space where you all can actually see something very important for yourself. If you're willing to, allow the energy to open up your mind to be able to see something that is powerful for yourself. With that subject in mind that you have, I'm going to walk you through a series of questions. Allow the answers to just come in. And let the emotions stay aside. The area that you pick, why does it bother you? Why does corruption bother you? Why does fracking bother you? Why does false religion bother you? Just allow your mind to answer that. Let the first answer come, or let whatever answer come, just listen to it. And really answer that question truthfully to yourself. The reason that bothers you, ask yourself again, why does that bother you? Go to the next level. It bothers me because now one more time. You got one, you got two. Why does this second one bother you? Go to number three. Allow yourself to go as far as you can. Why does that bother you inside your mind? It's a reaction by some people, it's a reaction by something, it's an action by something, but why does that bother you? Now just allow yourself to see that last one there. Answer this question. What do you think happened to you or around you that makes you feel this in the past? So allow yourself to see. Be an observer of yourself. It could be a little child not being hurt. It could be somebody not feeling powerful enough to make a difference. Just what happened make you feel that way? Just be an observer. If there's any emotion, just release it. Maintain the observer and answer the next question. Why did I react that way? Why? Just look as an observer. Do I even have to react that way? Just look around like a 3D picture of you reacting. What am I supposed to learn from this experience so I don't have to react this way? Just let the answer come. Or do I want to continue reacting this way for the rest of my life? Do I want to let this experience from this long time ago experience continue with my life over and over again? Or am I done with it yet? How many more years do I want to feel this energy? If it hurts me so much, do I want to continue this for the rest of my life? Robbing my joy, my frustration, my disappointment, and living in that life? Or should I quickly learn something from this and be powerful from it? So, do I want to let go of this old reaction? Now, if the answer is no, what else do I need to learn before I can let go? If the answer is yes, what do I need to let go to come back to my center and peace and power for myself now? So if you were to look at that little boy as a friend's child or little person that had that experience, that a friend's child that you happen to come across and you see him, and this little child says, this is what I have. What do you want to tell that little child to do with that experience that you have? Do you want to tell him to suffer for the rest of his life with this action? Or do you want to tell him, you know, no, you're bigger than that. You don't need that. You could claim your power and be able to know how to speak powerfully and explain to people what you really mean to say. You don't have to be afraid. You don't have to be afraid of corruption. You don't have to be afraid of any of that. You could be powerful. Go ahead and tell that little boy or little person of yours to do what you just said to this little boy. And said, it's time to let it go. It's time to find a new way. Tell yourself, your little self or your old self that. And you can even tell the little child says, you know, thank you for helping me. Thank you for protecting me for all this time. I now got it. You can take a break. You don't have to do this now. I'm ready to find something new for myself that is powerful. So we don't have to use this anymore. So you can tell the little boy to go ahead and retire, or little person, little girl to retire, the little person to retire, and says, you know what? Thank you for taking care of helping me to keep myself powerful and alive for this long. And now you can take a break. And I'm going to find a new way to move forward from now on. So I want you to say to yourself here now, as I'm going to say this phrase, and you're going to put in the words that you want. So I want you to say to yourself, I used to feel this way, react this way. I used to, just like the little boy that you put it in the past tense now, I used to feel frustrated. I used to feel helpless for not being able to explain or to share with people. I used to feel whatever you want to let go. I used to feel, I used to. Just take your time, let it go. And then we're going to come back and say it one more time, but it's okay. But I'm going to give you a new phrase. And now, I want you to claim that, and now this is a new thing that you want to put in here. And now, I'm choosing, just choosing for now. And now I'm choosing something new. And now I'm choosing that I have a powerful voice. I'm choosing that I know what actions to take. I'm choosing that I'm going to find a way to transform corruption. And now, so pick something that you have always been desiring and always wanted to do, always wanted to make a difference. That's something that you've always wished that if you had that power. And now, I choose to be wise and powerful and know how to make a difference. Claim this for yourself. And I want you to say one whole time, the whole sentence now. I used to feel da-da-da, and now I choose to be da-da-da-da. And we're going to step it up one more level. Instead of just I choose to be, I am that. I used to feel da-da-da, and now I am powerful. I am creative. I am attractive. I am calm. I am centered. And we're going to go one more step higher. Say that again. I used to put the little old experience behind. I used to feel helpless. I used to feel lost. And now my mind is open to get answers to produce phenomenal results. In your own words, my mind is open to receive wisdom to produce phenomenal results in the area that I'm interested in. I feel like we need to go one more layer for all of you here. So just stay with me here. One more layer that is really important for all of you here. And now, let's go up one more higher. And now, my mind is open that the language and the words flows through me to express what I desire powerfully. The language and the knowledge and the wisdom flows through me to express powerfully where others could hear me and understand me. And in your own mind, say this to yourself. I am that. I am powerful. I am clear. I am that. I have the language. I am something. Whatever you say, I am powerful. I make a difference. So we're going to test that theory now. So take a deep breath and come on back. Let's test that theory, and you all can use this anytime, okay? And it's going to be available to you guys in the recording, so you all can test this anytime. Play it back and just go step by step, slow it down. I use this every day for myself to make a difference in many, many areas and transform many things for myself. So it's up to you guys to try this for yourself and test it. And I know a lot of people have used this inside here already, and a lot of people have known how to use this in this area. So let's test this concept here. So be centered for yourself. And now look at the old thing. Look at what used to trigger you. I say used to what? Look at what used to trigger you. Just allow yourself to look at it. It's like, you know, looking at the family, looking at people talking, look at the corruption, look at the fracking of oils, look at that, look at that. And Robert looking at the environment, looking at that. How do you feel about that now? David, how do you feel about that now?
I feel different. I just shifted just now.
Yeah, there is a difference right away. You get that?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Go ahead.
Oh,
okay.
I noticed that the clarity that I wasn't seeing was it's not religion that was my issue. It was more so corruption.
Correct.
And then the next question took me to know, why did that make me feel a certain way? Because it made me feel weak in this space.
Yeah.
It made me feel unable to speak on behalf of others and things of that nature. And
oh, you're getting to something personal there, I see.
So
only if you want to express it, David. But
okay,
remember,
okay.
It's the past now. You're powerful, so that's little now. Okay, that's something happened in the past.
Yeah.
You all do have something in the past. Believe me, I've had many. Okay.
Yes, I used to feel triggered about religion, but I know religion is actually a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the clarity came just around corruption, and then I think I'm gonna stop talking for now.
Okay, not a problem. But do you feel different though?
Yes, I do. And as I take a second look at it,
yeah,
I can't feel the bitterness.
Exactly. I mean, you're laughing right now. Even when I'm asking you, you're like, it makes sense to you right now.
Yes.
Very good. Thank you for sharing. And what did you create that is powerful for yourself, please?
Okay. I said that I am now understanding and compassionate to those who do not understand what I have understood.
Beautiful. Understanding and compassion is powerful. Because when you embody understanding and then you have compassion for where they are, you actually will have a way to share with them what is your idea of it. Okay? you came up with something beautiful, understanding and compassion. Because not only that, you understanding where they are, that is so important to them. And then you have compassion for their limitations of their stuff or their things. And you can say to them, you know, I understand you believe that. Understanding them, I understand you believe that. Have you ever thought that, you know, there's another way of looking at it? Okay, so allow it to expand. It's gonna come grow. It's gonna keep coming in. It's gonna keep building in. Just let it come in. And thank you for playing with me today. Just going along with this journey and just experiencing that. So that is a huge thing for you. Believe me, understanding and compassion is huge, especially in the religion area.
Thank you.
What good work. And who else? Anybody else had an area? Kathy? Did you put your hand up, Kathy?
Well, as you were doing that, I found my mind just expanding.
Mm-hmm.
And I had been like, it was like going from the width of a straw inside and just boundaries opening so that I could understand what it was in the past that was triggering all this. And I mean, I feel a lot better. I can't understand why I related to it like that, but
it's okay because because you chose a very interesting area. But what it is because you chose something that is way outside of you, that is way out of, it's almost like a concept of life that you wanted to have a breakthrough in. It's like a concept of how some people live in life that is bothering you. Like fractaling is an area where people do something, but there's other things that's personal for you that is even more important in the area of fractaling. And that's why I open up the mind where you all can actually see for yourself the thing that you need to see. Okay, so it's okay for you feel different, okay, and just let it expand in itself, and you start to see like somebody's doing something just like fractaling. Instead of you being bothered by it, you can actually understand it, okay, and then know how to express it. So don't try to figure it out. Just enjoy it for now. Anybody else have another area real quick that they have a breakthrough in? No? Nobody done anything? Good. Okay. Since you guys are not talking, very quiet. Okay. So if the area is not complete, if there is still some energy, okay, if there is still some energy, all you have to do is to look at the lesson that you need to learn from it. And then you ask yourself, who do I need to be? Who do I need to be able to make a difference in the area that I want? And it will bring something up. If you ask that question to finish it up, it will bring the rest of it. Who do I need to be? To be powerful, to be beautiful, to be strong, to be desirable. It will bring something up. So who do I need to be successful, to have lots of people coming to me? Who do I need to be? And then just observe yourself, where the discomfort is, where the frustration is, where the last remnants of this thing that's stopping you from your area of breakthrough. And look at it and say, thank you, and let it go. And tell it, thank you, and let it go. And say, I used to be bothered by that. I used to be limited by that. Whatever you want to say, I used to. Just put it in the past tense. No fighting it. No trying to figure it out. Just look at it and see what shows up. Who do I need to be? Who do I need to be powerful? I used to think I'm not powerful. I used to think I'm helpless. Why? It was an old experience. Got it. Thank you for showing me. I used to feel that way. And now I choose to be powerful, to be beautiful, to be strong. I am beautiful and I am strong. And I have the words to say, I have the power to make the difference. I am that. And then the way you want to test yourself after you declare that is to look at the old thing that you play with, just to look at it and says, can you laugh at it? Can you see it like that? Really? When you can say to yourself, it's like, really? That was the big thing? Or you could laugh at it. You have transformed your own energy. So you've got a testing system here. You've got a process here. You've got a way to do that. Okay, I wanted you all to have power in whatever area that you want to play with. It could be politics, it could be work, it could be boss, it could be family, it could be relationship. All this can work in this tool. This is a very powerful tool that you could use. Joe has used this many times, right, Joe?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And Kai has used this many times in that version, right, Kai? And Nancy has used that, I know. And Karen has used that too, you know. So, but thank you for really allowing yourself to go into that area. So, do you have any questions about this? I'm opening the floor so you all can do that. And if you all have something you want to share, that's great too. So, I'm opening the floor. Anybody? Opening all the mics. Everybody can talk. Who wants to talk? Who wants to share? Wow, you guys are a quiet group today. Let me see. Okay. Nobody wants to say anything? Johnny, did you get something for yourself? One second, Johnny, I need to unmute you. Let's see.
Yes, I did.
Okay, good. Make use of this, Johnny. Go to the YouTube. I'm going to put this on the YouTube. Use this because this is very, very powerful. Okay?
Yes.
Thank you for sharing. Okay. So can I ask, what did you create that is powerful for you?
There's some questions that we have to answer ourselves that are kind of hard, but when we do answer them honestly, we can really, like we say, shift or be in a better environment in ourselves, on a better place. It's hard, but we need to answer themselves. So the things that used to trigger me, one of the things I realized is just petty things when it comes to really what matters in my journey in life. So now I realize that I don't need to react the same way I used to react to. I can just look at it in a deeper angle, like Lena said. I can listen to the person and see how to their point of view instead of just trying to make things follow my own point of view. And that's what I've done.
Well, Daniel.
Yes.
Thank you for, he just started working with me, and it's amazing already. He's opening himself up, and thank you for diving into it and understanding that you now are in charge of your life and choosing to look at different areas and not let difficulties of your condition stop you from being that powerful you. Understand?
Yes.
And you now have extra tools here to release more things quickly.
Alex?
Okay, so.
Alex?
Hold on a second, Robert.
Okay.
Thank you, Johnny, for sharing, okay? Okay. Robert, go ahead.
Keeping it simple, every day I say to myself, I am an amazing miracle.
Very good. And
it helps me.
You are a miracle, Robert. You get that? You are a miracle, okay? So I'm so glad. Thank you for saying that. Anybody else? I'm just opening it up. Any questions, anything like that? Karen, come back from Hawaii. You need to go to the North Pole with Nancy. It's cold enough where you it's cold enough. Hey, by the way, today is very cold now. You know, it's like 53 degrees when I came in just now.
We don't want that. We want summer back.
Well, just give it a few days. You'll have summer back.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, 3 days you'll have summer back.
Monday we'll have summer back.
So, okay. And does anybody? Oh, hello! Oh, that is so cool. Hello.
Who is that?
Is that your sister's daughter? Your niece? Oh, Daniel. Let's see.
That is my daughter.
Say it again.
My daughter. No, the woman. Fresh out.
Hello. Thank you. Okay. Who else? Anybody else want to say anything? No? You guys are very, very quiet today. Must be the moon, right? Thank you, Kai, for at least taking part and having a conversation with me. Otherwise, I feel like I'm talking to myself in the computer.
Well, we're enjoying this.
Yeah.
Huh? What's that, Linda?
Maybe I said something that,
Oh, hold on, Kai. What was that, Linda?
No, I just said I'm enjoying this. It's very very thought-provoking.
Thank you. Okay, Kai, what were you going to say?
this phrase that long time ago, a teacher actually said that be like water is a very, very powerful tool for me and be like water wherever you are. The water is very powerful in wherever situation because it's so useful. Water is so useful, contained in many containers.
Yeah.
But it doesn't claim itself to be, I'm so so useful and so useful, because it empowers the container, to be used to make coffee, tea, whatever. But it doesn't claim like, I need to be recognized. Or just came to my mind that be like water is good, really good.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Be like water is actually a very powerful phrase that a lot of wise teachers use. Okay, there's many ways you can look at it. Be like water. In martial arts, it's like the fluidity. Instead of fighting head to head, be like water. It's almost like when somebody punch you, you soften and then you defend. And then
you go with the flow.
Exactly. It's part of going with the flow. It's part of understanding how to be, because when you are water, not only are you important for yourself, but you're important to the container, important to a lot of other things that it makes a difference. It's just a lot of concepts to use that. Perfect. Thank you. Anybody else have nice things they want to share, wise things or successful things in their life they want to say? I haven't seen you guys for so long.
I want to say, Eckhart Tolle says, be the valley, not the mountain, because wanting to be the mountain, is sometimes your ego says, I'm who? Like, I'm who? And then I see it all the time on TV, on the characters, people on TV saying, I'm who? Everybody thinks they're who. So if you're the valley, then other people get to be, their who or whatever. And you're not worried about your own ego being the who.
Yeah. That subject or that phrase is important to you or feels like it resonates with you for some reason. Okay. So that's what it is. And there's many different conversations with that. Thank you for sharing that wisdom that for yourself. So anybody else? Nancy, you're quiet. I know you always think a lot, so I want to hear some of that thinking in the brain.
Have a good night, everybody.
All right, Joe. Take it, everybody.
Bye, Joe.
Well, the subject that I worked on was, I thought, immigration. The topic of immigration bothered me. But, you know, as I was going through it, it wasn't immigration so much as the wall.
Thank you.
That's what really upset me, the wall. You know, like, what a waste of money, you know?
Yes.
You know, like, I don't want to spend my taxes on that, you know?
Thank you for expressing that, because that is the one that triggers. You can see the energy changes. Not immigration, it's the wall.
But yeah, what I came to is that I'm powerful and that I can express myself in a powerful way, but also respectfully.
Beautiful. Wow, that is beautiful. That way people want to hear what you have to say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That is power. I love that. You know, just that is a good combo that you choose. Respect, you know, and power, and the wall. Who would have thought? And here it is. Lini brought up the subject immigration, and she don't even know why did that person brought it, because she just needs to trigger you to think about it. Okay, Lini, you quite. What did you get tonight for yourself?
My issue was a conglomerate of corruption and people being complicit, and Christians voting for political parties that just are very not godly. And what I got from it was I am powerfully authentic and well-spoken from that place, so I can allow myself and others tolerance and freedom. And the big word for me was freedom, to allow them the freedom to speak what they feel is their truth in any given moment anyway, to just allow them.
Thank you for finding the freedom to allow them to be them. Okay, Lini, when you allow yourself the freedom to allow them to be them, it actually frees you up. Okay, are you still there? You froze for a moment. Let me see if you're still there. You know, I hope you can hear me. And but anyway, I'm saying thank you so much for choosing to allow them to be them, and the freedom to let them express themselves. But what that gives is you freedom to not have to fix them, to change them, to do anything. You freedom to be you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's precious.
Exactly. And you have more energy again.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing. Yay! All right, everybody, you guys have a good time, and thank you for coming to share this conversation. I know this is an interesting conversation, but you all can see how important it is. You know, it could be politics, but it's also inside religion. It could be anything. David, so good to see you. And Johnny, thank you so much. I'm so glad you can connect directly now, and you can tell Kianda that you did something powerful, okay?
Thank you so much, Alex.
Okay, everybody have a great evening, and we'll see you guys soon. All right, bye-bye.
Bye.